solve 3 to the power 2x minus 6 times 3x minus 27, which equals 0. For what values, what's the values of x? Now what I need to identify here is I've got 3 terms because terms are separated by positives or negatives or minuses and pluses. 3 terms, which means I can't write that as one base. The next thing I look at is what I usually do for, is there a common factor, etc., etc. The thing that will stand out in these type of equations is that I will have the same base, or I will be able to write something as the same base, but my exponent x, one of them will be double the other. What I'm going to do, you don't have to do it, you can just you can take shortcuts, but the shortcuts usually leads to a lot of tears. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the following. I'm going to say let 3 to the power x equals a. Then if I square both sides, therefore if I square both sides, then that will be 3 to the power 2x equals a squared. I'm going to substitute this in there. So 3 to the power 2x, which is over here, 3 to the power 2x is then the same as a. So I'm going to say a minus 6 times 3 to the power x is a, so I can change that to a. This is a squared, sorry. Minus 6a negative 27 equals 0. And I can solve my cubic function. So it's either by completing the square, doing my brackets, or using quadratic equation, the quadratic formula. Equals 0. So I'm going to look at 27 to solve that. Factors of 27 is 1 times 27, 3 times 9, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's all it is. Because this is a negative, it means the difference needs to be 6. This is a difference of 6. So it's going to be a 3, 9. The biggest one needs to be negative. So let me just fix that and make that an a. A equals 9. That's going to be negative. That's going to be positive. So therefore I'm going to say a equals negative 3 or a equals positive 9. What is a? A equals 3 to the power x. So 3 to the power x equals negative 3. Or 3 to the power x equals 9. Right, equals 9. Now, we can reject the first answer. So we're going to reject this. And the reason is, it doesn't matter what the value of x is, it cannot give us a negative value here. If there was a negative here, it was another story. But because this is not negative, it doesn't matter what value I put in x, it can't change. Doesn't matter what value I put in x, it cannot change this to a negative. So we can reject that answer. And you have to say reject. And you can actually say reject cannot be negative. And that is a mark in the exam. So you have to state that. 3 to the power x equals 9, which is 3 squared. The moment my bases are the same, I can say therefore x equals 2.